Hutch takes a lot of snaps, man. So just to have another body that literally can spell Hutch in that, in that rush rotation, when you line up, in nickel and sub defense, a guy that can line up on the opposite, a guy that can line up inside, Shep just going to put the guys in the best position to what they do best. And so that's what he showed on tape is he can set edges in the run game. He can rush outside. He can rush inside. And I'm quite sure that's what how Shep's going to utilize him.
Derrick Moore. So more like an edge 3.
Yeah.
Is that how you view it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. DJ Wadham's going to be the starter. You know how they like to set the edge out there. But that's 100% what you need. This was such a strange draft for me. Like, I didn't think it was bad by any means. I liked the picks. But it was strange because it's opposite of what Brad Holmes has done in his tenure. He didn't take the swing at the super high upside guy in the first round. And instead of taking the Zion Young, who is the run first, run stopper, bigger edge, he took the guy that's going to have the more pass rush upside, which I was like, okay, cool. That's what I want him to do. You look at all of these elite edges in the NFL. Myles Garrett, Michael Parsons, Max Crosby, TJ Watt. All of those guys are around 80-something snaps played, 83 to 86 normally. Aiden Hutchinson is always like 95% of the snaps played. And part of that is because it's who he is, and it's hard to get him off the field because he's that dog and he wants to be out there at all times. And part of it is you didn't have anybody that could do multiple things from the edge position. And if Aiden Hutchinson wasn't on the field, audible, we're throwing the ball every time because you're not going to get anywhere near us. Now you have a guy that will provide punch on his own in the pass rush and can still play the run a little bit. Obviously, he'll need to get better at that at the NFL level, but he is more complete of an edge rusher, and he provides the ability to get to the quarterback by himself rather than only feeding off of 12 seconds of Aiden Hutchinson rushing the passer. Derrick Moore will be able to get to the quarterback on his own.
Look, I'm good on the Derrick Moore thing. My one concern was, look, it's what we talked about. It's factual. You can go look at it. It's not making it up. Preponderance of his statistics came against garbage. He faced real teams. He ghosted out. Now, look, that doesn't mean that'll happen in the pros. He's going to play opposite Aiden, and you'd like to believe he will get better, but that is a bit of a red flag, guys. Like, oh, you played able-bodied humans and you weren't good. Might be an issue. I don't care where he went to school. Once you put on the Lions helmet, nothing else matters to me. I want to win. But yeah, do I think all of a sudden I'm coming on the air with the double-digit disco and 13 win? No, I'm not doing that.
Talking about, I seen Easy and them talking about a clip where they was talking about the kid they drafted out of Michigan, Derrick Moore. Hopefully I said his name. I think he's from Baltimore. One more pick later, could have went to Baltimore. They took the kid out of Missouri, the defensive end out of Missouri. And they were saying that they didn't draft Derrick Moore to start. That, obviously brother Brad Holmes said that he sees Derrick Moore more as a rotational edge rushing piece that can spell Hutch. They can take Hutch off the field, he can get to the quarterback. Okay. And then you also had Mike Valenti, and I looked that up, saying that, well, he didn't show up in the big games, but then somebody was saying that he was dominant versus Alabama a couple years, and that's all I need to hear right there, right? But, so that became a little, I'll talk about both those talking points. But, you don't know, bro. When NFL coaching, you just don't know. I've talked about how they made Caden Proctor into a left tackle. A left guard. And he was supposed to be a left tackle, and, there was some talk about his tape not being where it needed to be. As far as they gonna clean up his technique, you don't know how quick these guys are gonna catch on. He might get to camp and he might catch on, being a tackle, and he might end up being a starting left or right tackle. NFL coaching is a little bit different. But you probably be like, well, why do a lot of players tend to fail in the NFL when they come to college? Really, to be honest with you, when you, and this is different prior to the NIL era, but when you get all that chicken, bro, everybody say money change you. Shannon Sharp got a saying it make you more what you are, what you already are. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist, by the way. But it's really the people around you, dog. It's really people around you that expect you to do stuff, and especially as a man, they expect that you make sacrifices that they would never make for you if they was in this position where y'all was equal. And that's what you got to, once you realize that men are the real lovers, the real sacrifice. And that's why patriarchy is very important, because the men are the ones that sacrifice, that actually love and look out and do and will give, their children, their wives, their brothers, their families, their last dollar, and they usually get nothing in return. You lucky if you get a welcome. They don't pay niggas their money back. They don't say I love you. They just act like they love you, and they take what you sacrificed your blood, sweat, and tears for, and they don't reciprocate. They take, don't reciprocate. If you get sick, most people leave you for dead. They put the man in a home. Your woman split like a banana split, and that's just the reality of it. So they young and they got that gleam in their eye, and they don't realize that. But by the time if they lucky to have over the average career of I think it's at one point it was 2.5 years. If they lucky to have a career over 2.5 years, okay, 2.5 seasons, they end up finding out that if they ain't broke, that don't nobody care about you. Really, other than your mother and your pops, maybe you lucky if a couple other people really care about you. Don't nobody care about you. And that's when you see a lot of brothers go cold. But a lot of brothers, they learn from a lot of these men. They learn from with the internet, and they learn from their fathers and their grandfathers, and seeing them get put in the homes and drained out of resources, or going through divorces or child support court or family court. A lot of these dudes didn't learn, and they like, nah, I'm good on the family, but that's why a lot of people don't make it in the NFL. That's why a lot of guys, they don't make it. Believe it or not, it just really boiled down to the family and how that money, how it be when you get that money. It changed a lot of people around you, put a lot of stress on you. It attract a lot of people that come into your life. So you really, you worried about what's going on off the field. You can't even worry about on the field. But the guys, they got great families around them, great mentors around them. They keep great people around them, agents that care about them, families that care about them. They keep them on point. And that way you can work, you can focus on, working on your craft at that point. You can focus on being the best football player that you can be. And a lot of times that's the difference. A lot of people get that money. I made it. I don't got to do shit else. And that's a mindset too. But a lot of times it's an expectation that all of a sudden your family didn't believe in the patriarchy. It was a matriarchy, gynocracy, or it was some new trad hybrid type of thing. But all of a sudden you get some money. Are we cool with a patriarchy? Don't fall for it. Fuck with who fuck with you. That's been my thing. But back to Derrick Moore. And like I said, it depends on the people around Caden Proctor how it would turn out. But Derrick Moore, it doesn't surprise me. He might get the camp, and what I said about Caden Proctor, it applied to Derrick Moore. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. He might get the camp, and he might show him. They might give him some coaching. You might put him in a different scheme, put different players around him, and voila, fucking magic. He can stop the run. He's a great playmaker. He outplayed DJ won him, and now he your starter. And then all the injuries that they be having too, he might be your starter. So it's too early to tell. It's too early to tell. But we see him as a situational, and next thing you know, that motherfucker starting because somebody got injured, or he turned up in camp. You put him in a different scheme, put him around different players, gave him better coaching. And now he turned up. So then you turn around and you talk about what Valenti said, he only showed up. Then nobody trying to hear that, bro. We'll see what he do. He showed up versus this team. He showed up twice and had big games versus Alabama. That's all I need to know, man. We'll see what happens. So I don't really feed into that talk. But hey, let me know what y'all think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Peace.